Welcome back to episode 3 of our 5 episode series. If you have not yet listened to the series, go back to episode 1 and 2. Episode 1, we talked all about the box that you've put yourself in, the ceiling that you're now hitting, even though it's working. Your soul is screaming for more. And in episode 2, I talked about your clenched butthole. Episode 2, I talked about your perfectionism is killing your edge, it's killing your magic. So if you have not yet, go back and listen to those. Reminder, we are enrolling 50 founding members into the Breadwinner Energy Academy at 50% off. Price will double when we either hit 50 members or it will double on December 31st, whichever comes first. Hopefully 50 of you come first. That would be incredible. Oh my God, we would make so much magic together. So if you have not yet, go down to the link, click on the Academy, go check it out. That is the death and the rebirth of you. If you want to hear more about the Academy, go to episode 1 of this series. I talk in depth about that. And then listen to this 5 episode series because it's literally going to tell you if this is for you, if this is the place for you, if this is where you should go first. Breadwinner Energy Academy is also the prerequisite to my mastermind. Now, does that mean you cannot join or apply for mastermind if you don't come through Academy? No, but in applications, I will be looking for number one, obviously women who've been through Academy because I know you, I've coached you, and I know where you're at shadow wise and I know where you're at energetically. But if you have not done shadow work specifically and you have not alchemized your identity and you're not embodied in your highest self, that will be something that we look for because if you are not, it's really hard to go into mastermind. Mastermind is very, very heavy in advanced strategy and decision making and scaling. Therefore, your nervous system and your identity need to match the business you're building, right? Your needs to match the strategies that we're implementing, which today is going to be a really good episode for that. What I'm about to dive into about being invisible and it's not your strategy. But if you do not alchemize this energy and this identity and you're not holding yourself to like as a multi six figure leader, business owner, decision maker, mastermind's probably not going to be the place for you yet, simply because when we go, we want to hit the ground running with planning your empire, like literally 3-year empire. And it's going to require you to do bigger shit than you've ever done before. And before we can make bigger decisions, your nervous system and your identity and your highest self need to be embodied. And you need to be embodied in like your voice and your magic and all of the things. So while it's not required, it is highly, highly suggested that you do this. And while it's 50% off, if I were you, I would just go ahead and jump in, right? And then you have the next 6 months to start doing this work. In 6 months, you're going to be a whole new person from my master or from my academy, like a totally different person. I will be like, I don't even know who you were when you joined because you're a totally different person. Which leads me to episode 3. Today, we're going to talk about why you're invisible and no, it's not your strategy. It's not your fucking strategy, okay? Let's be so real. You probably post pretty often. You probably post online pretty often. Maybe you even have a content calendar, go you. And your messaging is decent and you have a niche and an I help statement and you've maybe even signed clients and made money. Like, I'm sure you've done things, right? But it also feels like you're shouting into the void or it's taking really long time to sign clients or that it's like you don't feel the wave, right? You don't feel the wave. You don't feel like it's like big impact. You feel like your growth is slow, very, very slow growth, right? You're probably even getting likes or maybe even DMs of people that are like, oh my God, you get me, you see me, la di da, but maybe not clients, maybe not monthly recurring revenue for 6 to 12 months on it, maybe not six and multi six figures. Maybe it feels nothing like an empire. It doesn't feel like we're scaling and we're making big impact, right? Because it feels like no one really, really sees you. And that's because you're invisible. And you're invisible not because of your strategy, not because of your niche, not because of your content, your graphics, your website, none of that. You're invisible because you are not embodied in your highest self, your magic, and your work. And people just see you, like you're being seen, but they don't see you, if you know what I mean, right? People see you posting, they're like, cool, whatever, she's nice, she's friendly, she's relatable, but they are not seeing you on a level of like, holy fuck, I need to be in her world, right? And I know you guys know the difference because I guarantee I did a side by side with my clients recently, and I showed them like the version of me that was a VA, and I had like this pink cutesy brand, and this sitting in a little egg chair with my little laptop, and I look so professional and put together. And then there's now version of me. If you come to my website, it's like powerhouse, red and black, dominatrix, see through your soul, come to the fire, I'm gonna light your ass up. Totally different energy. It's a totally different energy. The pink version of me was fine. I made money, I sent clients, it was fine, right? But I was not like totally embodied in like my voice and my power and my magic. I still needed scripts. I still needed the plan. I still needed it to all be perfect and put together. Where now I'm doing a 5 episode podcast series. I'm recording all episodes back to back. I'm ripping them out, no script, nothing to follow other than like a title and a few bullet points I don't want to miss. And I'm just ripping out these 5 episodes. I don't need a fucking script in 7 hours to record 5 episodes. I come in here and I allow my magic to take over. I know topics of what I want to talk about and what I want to cover. And I just allow myself to fully riff with you guys. And that is why people love my podcast. And my podcast leads people to my world to buy from me because you're getting the most authentic version of me. You're not getting a scripted version of me. And I teach in my classes the same way. There will be classes that you come into, whether it's an academy or my mastermind. And sure, I might whip out the whiteboard and give you a document or, have like a worksheet for you guys. And sure, we might like loosely follow it, right? Because again, I have points of like if I'm teaching like something in depth or if I want you to see the visual of what I'm teaching. But for the most part, I'm like, I know what I want to talk about today. And I come in and I talk about it because I'm embodied in my work and my work is a reflection of my life. Here's the thing. All of the things that I teach, all of the things that I do are from the life that I've lived, the journey that I've walked, the experience that I have. The 10 years in business, from virtual assistant to agency owner, OBM, to coaching service providers, coaching coaches, 6-figure launches, having a baby, going on maternity leave, leaving my marriage, being a single mom. Like there's been so many aspects of things that I've went through, death and rebirth, going into the void, shadow work, healing from lots of trauma that I have now created my business from exactly who I am and what I've walked through, right? And I'm so embodied in my work, I don't need a script. And I'm so confident and convicted in what I do that I think every fucking person who wants to build an empire should be in this room to change her life. And I'm embodied in all of like my voice and my confidence. Like, sure, maybe I mess something up. Sure, maybe I take a minute or say like or pause or whatever. Because yeah, I'm a human. So when you come into my coaching containers and I'm coaching you live in real life via the Zoom, you're going to get the same thing. There's no difference. You see me on a stage, you see me in a summit, no difference. You buy one of my courses, there's no difference. You see me on social media, no difference. From the moment that you come into my world, wherever that may be, social, podcast, whatever, to the moment that you buy from me, to the moment that you scale with me in my mastermind, you are getting me. This version of me, like authentically who I am. Yeah, you're getting that all across the board. There is no difference. But when you start performing and posting daily and Chat GPT writes your shit and you have a script for every single thing and you're perfect and you're polished and you're put together, people are not seeing your fucking magic. People are not seeing and being like, God, I need to be in there. It's so good. I like feel her energy and I feel like I cannot tell you how many live events I've done, how many coaching calls I've done, and people have literally DM'd me while I'm coaching live and I get off and I check my DMs and they're like, damn, you're fire. You are so embodied in your work. You love your work. You're like, this is why I bought from you. You're like so embodied in it. Yeah, I am. Like, this is my shit. This is my purpose. This is my thing, right? That's part one. And number two is I spent my entire life and my last marriage being silent, being quiet, not speaking up for myself, not saying the things I wanted to say, not being who I was being because people were like, she's too much, she's too bold, she's too this, she's this, she's this, she's this. And I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care what any single person, and this is what happened in my rebirth, I don't care what anyone has to say about me. I am going to live my life for me, being the most authentic version of me and the version of me that is here to fuck shit up and change people's lives and make fuck you money. And that's not going to happen when I'm hiding and I'm invisible because I want people to like me. It's not going to happen when I'm not embodied in my magic and my voice and the most authentic version of me. It's not going to happen. When I'm still performing for the internet, when I'm still performing for my parents, when I'm still being liked and nice and kind so that everyone likes me and finds me acceptable, nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You know what people care about? People will start to care when they're like, holy shit, she does not give a shit. She is embodied. She like fully walks her walk, she talks her talk, and she doesn't care what people think. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about being canceled. She just does and says the thing. Yeah, if people unfollow me, so fucking what? They were never gonna buy from me. And those people who unfollow me, clearly we're not energetically aligned, which is great, which means what I'm doing is working because it's repelling people. But imagine if you called in all the people who hate you, who don't like you, who are unaligned, who want to unfollow you. Imagine you signed them as clients and now you have to sit with them 3, 6, 12 months and be around them in your work. The business that you created for freedom, you're now caged in a box with people who don't like you or who only joined because they saw the most fakest version of you. Exhausting. Fucking exhausting. And that's what happens when you perform on the internet for money versus when you're embodied in your work. Right now in my business, I am the happiest I have ever been. Number one, I'm convicted. I'm unleashed. I don't care what anyone says to me. I'm fully embodied and unleashed. That's number one. Number two, I have called in the most magical, dreamiest fucking clients I have ever experienced. I feel when I go come to work and coach my clients, it's like the best experience ever. It's fun. I feel lit up. I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. I love being here. I love being with you guys because you're my people, right? But when you call in the people because you are being acceptable and professional and I have my shit together and I'm safe, if you even called people in, that's the people that will be mirrored back to you. At all given times, you're being mirrored back to you where you're lacking or the things that you're not embodying in your world. Your reality is a reflection of your internal world. You're not making money, that's some kind of something in you internally, right? So if you're doing the things and you're posting and you want to be seen and you want to make a lot of money, it's going to require you to stop operating in the shadows of being too much. You need to dim yourself, you need to tone it down. You need to edit out the edges. Don't do that. Don't say that. Like the versions of you that you've probably been shamed for. Oh, you're such a bitch. Oh, you're such this. You're so that. You're so bold. You're so loud. You're so out there. You're so outspoken. Those are your edges that you need to poke people with because that's your magic where you will be seen and not be invisible. You become invisible when you start to soften your edges for other people's to be comfortable. I purposely poke my edges so sharp that people are so uncomfortable, they either leave or they want to be in my world. And that's how you become magnetic. You either attract and repel or you do nothing. I've said this a million times. A magnet is always attracting and repelling all the time. And in the bottom of the magnet, where it comes down to the bottom of that cup, is nothing. So if you're not having pokey, sharp edges that make people highly uncomfortable and leave, which also will attract people, you're doing nothing. You're invisible. You have to stop worrying about being enough. You have to stop worrying about overcompensating, overgiving, hand-holding, performing, credentials and degrees and certifications. No one fucking cares. No one in this world has ever bought from me because they're like, you have a certification with a life coach school. Nobody. Yeah, it's gotten me connections through life coach school for partnerships, collabs, and friends. It has not been why people hire me. People hire me because I'm embodied in my work. People hire me because I am a walking billboard for everything I fucking preach, and I'm not afraid to say the shit, and because of my story and my journey that I'm not afraid to share, even though my story and my journey make me highly unprofessional and uncredited to do this work. I don't have a degree. I dropped out of college. I was very fucking average in school all the time. I wrecked my credit and started a business at 23 years old, 7 months pregnant, and $100 to my name. I grew up in a fucking trailer with a single mom. And most of my family are alcoholics. I did not have something that's like, wow, she's so professional. She's so professional. No one has ever said that about me. I'm probably the most unprofessional there ever was. No one hired me because of my professionalism or my put togetherness. People hire me because of my edges, my magic, my embodiment, my I don't give a fuck. This is exactly who I am. Take it or leave it. This is what I'm good at. And I am good at my fucking job. I dedicate my life to my job. My husband even told me this yesterday. You work all the time. And I know you love your work. And it's so sexy that you're so dedicated, but you need to take a break. Your back's hurting, your body's hurting. You need to take a break because I love what I do so much that sometimes it doesn't even feel like work. There's times that I like fully take time off. This last year and a half, when I was going through this rebirth, I worked less than I've ever worked before because I couldn't work because I was so unconvicted. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt so lost and lost confidence. And I was like, I feel so lost in the void right now. But when I came out of the void and I had that magical clarity and conviction come to me, I'm like, I can't wait to work. I have so many things to say. I want to tell them all the things. And that's part of my human design. I'm a generator, but I'm also a 6'2" hermit role model. So my magic comes from going and being embodied, but also taking time to like go into hermit to like really find the things to come out and be the role model of. And that has been what I had to do. And when I have that, when I'm in the flow, in the current of like, holy shit, I have so many things to say and give, right? I ramp up this momentum. But the thing is, I'm not afraid of being rejected. I'm not afraid of hearing no. I'm not afraid of people unfollowing me. I'm not afraid of people unliking me. I'm not afraid of people saying, fuck you, I hate you. Okay, I don't care. I don't give a shit. You're unprofessional. Don't care. You cuss too much. Don't care. You shouldn't have those colors. Don't care. You shouldn't wear that. Don't care. I don't care. I live my life for me. And when I am this embodied, I change fucking lives, period. And if you don't want to be a part of it, that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. You probably need shadow work. You could probably benefit from the academy, but it has nothing to do with me. And that is where you're going to fully change because your invisibility is not from tactics. Invisibility is not from because your brand, because the posting, because the content. Your invisibility is an identity problem because who are you showing up as? Are you showing up as the version of you who is already embodied and successful, or the version of you that's trying to prove she's embodied and successful? There's a difference. Are you showing up as the woman who owns who the fuck she is and her power and her magic and her voice? Or are you the woman who's actually like apologizing for her opinions and afraid that her mom might see it or her grandma or her sister or her aunt and they might shame her and judge her? Are you showing up as the version of you who's building the empire, who built the empire? Or are you still performing, I have my shit together, I'm perfect and polished, and my butthole's tight as shit? Which is it? People can feel the difference. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you post, people can feel that your butthole's clenched. And I will die on that hill. I will die on the hill that people can energetically feel your clenched butthole. Period. So the thing is, you're probably still operating from your old identity of like employer or good girl or people pleaser or doing the things that other people want you to do so that you don't rock the boat, you don't take up too much space, you're not too much, and you're acceptable, or you're performing power. It's usually one or the other. You're either like playing small and doing the things and posting the things and following a list and following a script and following check boxes, or you're performing power and pretending, and people can also feel that stank ass energy too. I can feel it a mile away. I can always tell when someone's performing to be powerful and they're not embodied in their power. It is a clear energetic difference, and your audience can feel it. So, here's what's going to actually make you feel, or make you, not make you feel, make you seen. Like totally magnetic visibility. Here's what will happen. Number one, poke people with your edges. Poke them. Let them feel it. Let them see it. Stop editing out parts of you. My podcast is totally unedited. I do not edit. I don't. I edit if I have a guest and it needs edited because of the guest, or if a child came in at my office and interrupted and I have to like cut out our conversation. Outside of that, I don't edit. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. Your opinions, stop softening them. Stop dimming your fire so that other people don't get burned. Let them fucking burn. Okay? Start telling stories. Your real stories, not your sanitized stories, not your inspirational stories. Your messy, raw, real. This might get me canceled. People will hate me. People will unfollow me. People won't like this. Tell the stories. Start owning your power and your magic and your gifts. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop looking to be qualified. Stop shrinking to make other people comfortable. Own your power. Don't fake your power because I will know and I don't like that energy. Own it. You can't own it though if you haven't uncovered your power because you're still hiding behind so many shadows, okay? And be unapologetically you. I'm telling you right now, the more you are unapologetically you, people will love it, hate it. Some people will hate it, but people will love it, and that is what will make you magnetic AF, okay? So if this is you and you are hiding and dimming your light and pretending, and you're hiding behind strategy, which I can also see if you're a client or not, if this is you, you need to be inside the Breadwinner Energy Academy. We are going to clean this shit up. And right now, you can join for just 111 a month or $1,111 paid in full for the year. Founding 50 members get 50% off. Plus, you lock in that rate forever. And you get all the new courses that get dropped over the next year. So, Inside Academy, 12 months, we coach you on shadow work, embodying your next level identity. We coach you on nervous system regulation and embodiment of your work, your voice, your magic, and your power. You will leave a totally different version than you showed up as. You have two 90-minute calls every single month with me live for coaching and feedback. We have guest experts every single month, a full portal with more than 50 hours of training you can dive into immediately. As soon as you go and pay, you immediately get access inside with your peers. You can start binging content immediately. All calls have replays, so you can always binge them or catch them later. We do calls Tuesdays, 12 p.m. CST, 90 minutes long. What else? Yeah, you lock in that rate. So if you stay, it's a 1 year container, but you can renew your year at the end of your year if you want, because again, this work is forever, and you get to lock in that founding rate of half off. So you will know by this episode, between this episode and episode 5, you will know if this is for you. If you have any questions, come over to Instagram at @itstaydaniels_LLC and send me a message. Or just come over to the Vault, my free community that also has more than 50 free hours of training, and you can come and listen to these episodes. You can message me. And as always, thank you for listening. I'll chat with you on the next episode.